Good morning. Checking it telling me it's on, but it's not. But now there it is. Good morning. My name is Terry Morgan. We are here to practice Wudang Qigong. We have the advanced sets this morning, and last week I had said that we would kind of work backwards because what's happened repeatedly for me is that we get to halfway through these sets and I find that there are things that I want to do, movements that I want to do, extended movement that I want to do, that probably I shouldn't, because by that time I'm a little tired and I really want to avoid any injury. So we're going to start today with set 15, Coiling Snake. 16, 17, 18, and then we'll work backwards. We'll start with 10 and see how that goes. Let's get started. Alright, we want to do basic stretch first. Feet about shoulder width apart. Open the arms, wiggle fingers, shake the arms. Pay attention to shoulders. Shoulders should be down. Drop the head. Bend the knees, wiggle the toes. Hands circle to the front. Back around both sides. Up along the center line. Stretch out over the legs. Reach out as you extend the arms, so stretch up and reach out. Roll up through the back. Elbows drop down, wrists, fingertips, hands return to your sides. Coiling Snake. So we start out up and turn and come back to center, right? Other side and down, twist and come back to center. As we turn, look behind, but don't lean. Try to lean as little as possible. The up and down for the coil is mostly focused on the supporting leg and the hip. Okay? The hip has to be open and able to turn so that the leg can continue to support the weight as you go down. Okay? This doesn't help. All right? Doing this, not going to help. It's pull up, not lean forward. So pull up more, open the hip, let the leg move more freely. Feet about shoulder width apart, stand straight. Pull up through the crown of the head, Coiling Snake. Breathe in and breathe out. Come up on the left. And turn. Stay as straight as possible. Okay? There's going to be some in that twist. Try and keep it minimal. Support your torso through the abs. Keep the hip open. Pull up as you bend the leg. Pull up through the upper body. Relax the breath. Use the legs. Breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. Breathe out. And breathe in. Breathe out. 2 more. The more open your hip, the more you hold through the back of the leg, the easier it is to go down. Let's do 1 more. And breathe in. Hands down on both sides. Breathe out. Pull up through the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower. Stay there. Breathe in. Breathe out. This muscle right here, big one in the back of the leg, that's the one that I'm talking about. It's one of the strongest muscles in your body. Use it, especially on this one. All right, white snake sticks out its tongue. 1, 2, 3, come across 1, 2, and 3. Up on the other side, 1, 2, 3. Bring it around, 2, and 3. Keep in mind this is a circle. Pay attention to fingers. 1, 2, right? 1, set. 1, 2, 3. Change hand. Come around. Use the waist. Lots of waist in this one. Turn, 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 turn. Breathe in. Breathe out. Sink and up. 1, 2, 3. Knees are bent. Come up on the other side and 1, 2, 3. Come across 1, 2, and center. Left. Not too fast, not too slow. Use the waist. Use the legs and the hips to help drive the move. Focus on the lower dantian. Extend. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last time in 1, 2, 3. Come across 1, 2, and 3. Last time. come across, and center. Breathe in, breathe out. Press down on both sides, pull up through the crown of the head, raise the heels and lower. Stay there. Breathe in, and breathe out. This, excuse me, cycle the breath as we stop and stay there, breathe in, breathe out. That gives us just a little bit of that sense of grounding, as well as a little bit of space between the end of practice, which we just did, and my discussing the next move. If I were not going to turn around and give another explanation, we would just keep going. That's what I do in the basic sets. For these sets, I've adapted to turn around and give another explanation each time. I may change that, I don't know. Leopard climbs a tree. Shift, press down, come up, extend, come back to center. As you extend, pay attention to how long your leg is. Don't overextend, because your supporting leg should go all the way up and down. Okay? So that sink here, go down. As the leg goes, as the one-legged, yes it is. This is up and you're going all the way down on the other leg. I am not. But that's the goal. All right, so as you sink onto your supporting leg, keep the hip open. Don't overextend your extended leg, right? Don't try and reach out so far that you throw yourself off balance. Feet about shoulder width apart, stand straight. And breathe in, and breathe out. Breathe in, shift right. Just a little bit on the left, and bring the left up. And extend. Come back to center. Breathe in, and breathe out. Shift, and down, up. Extend, not too far, and down. And breathe in, and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And center. Weight has to be far enough back on that supporting leg. And if your leg is strong enough, you can keep going. Again, it's that large muscle in the back of the leg that's going to give you the ability to sink and settle into the move. Press down, just a little, come up, extend, bring it back, center, shift, and down. Bring it up. Extend. Come back to center. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Center. And left side. Right side. Two more. Relax. Relax the breath. Last time, stay center. Breathe in. And to the left. Breathe out. Up. And center. Shift. Center. Hands down on both sides. Pull up through the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower. Stay there. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relax. I'm going to go evict my cat. Go. Go. She's interested in going outside this morning, I believe. Paying homage to the peaks. This is set 18, right? As we start, salute, sink, pull in, down, come back, extend, return, other side. And we keep going. Pay attention to which fist. This is my salute normally. Right hand, left hand open, right hand closed. We change. The other side, right? Pay attention to which hand is where. As we sink down the first time, as we settle down here, we don't want to lean quite as much as I'm leaning there. So a little less leaning, a little more down. Palms are open, hands are open. The second time, It's fist. It opens as we come back and to the knees. Pay attention to the upper dantian and the connection between the centers in both palms, right here. Feet about shoulder width apart, stand straight. Breathe in. And breathe out. Hand circle. Left fist, right palm. Shift. Press down. Come up. Both fists. Return to the knees. And salute the other side. Shift. Down. Come up. Double punch. Come back. Lean back just a little bit. Not a lot, just a little. And no, it's not necessary to go all the way down. It's a goal, not a requirement. Press down. And come on up. Center. Pay attention to both legs. Here, weight goes to the front and immediately you have to bring it to the back so you can pull up the front leg. Keep the weight centered through both legs. Let the heel down, bring it up. Pay attention to where your foot is when you bring it back. Two more. Left side. Support the body. Right side. Last time. Right side. Last time. Salute one more time. And breathe out. Press down along both sides. Pull up through the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower. Stay there. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relax. I'm going to do one more this morning, Dragon and Tiger joined together. For me, these last several sets have, well, I'm going to say additional meaning, right? There are some things that I associate with these last few sets that make them a little more difficult for me to do. And there are times when, and you've seen this repeatedly in my series, when it's partly that I'm tired. my legs are telling me right now that, hey, you be careful. So as you practice, here's part of the point. I did 2 points. Go ahead. First one, the things that you associate with your practice. What's going on around you, the environment, people, the learning process, the things that are connected and will always be connected to whatever you are learning will reappear. They will reappear through your practice. Now, we can change what we choose to pay attention to on any given particular day, right? So I can change that today I'm going to pay attention to that time I was at the ocean and I was practicing on the beach, and I remember the sand moving under me, and it caused me some trouble in my practice. I could do that. And that could be a pleasant memory, actually, in practice. I have a couple of those. There's other things that can happen during practice and during the learning process that are not as comfy. They're just not. And those things will also reappear. As they do, we need to acknowledge them, because it's not going away. It's not going to go away. If we just ignore it, it's going to keep pestering. It's still going to be there. We have to acknowledge, there's some things in these sets that make me uncomfortable. And I know why. I'm going to acknowledge that I'm a little bit uncomfortable, and I'm going to find out why. Why am I uncomfortable with these sets? For me, it has to do a little bit with the dynamic of things that were going on at the time that I learned them. Okay? So I have to pay attention to that. And then I want to transform that into today. What about today? That was in the past. I have to acknowledge it because it's part of my muscle memory. I have to acknowledge it. And I have to know where it came from and what am I going to do with it. That part of what am I going to do with it makes all the difference. I'm going to acknowledge it. I'm going to understand that this is what happened. It happened in the past. It's not happening today. And how can I adjust so that my focus is more on today and not rely on my memory, including muscle memory, from whatever time it was that made me uncomfortable. Now, could be that all I need to do is to refocus on something else, the time on the beach. Okay, could be. The other thing that I'm going to point out for these sets this morning is that, yes, they do take a lot more effort. The last two sets let me know that I need to work a bit more on my leg strength. It's required. And that is part of how these sets are arranged. More simple to more complicated, right? More difficult to do. That effort, again, and I talk about this from time to time, that effort, listening to your body, letting your body tell you, letting your muscles tell you, instead of you telling them, they tell you, hey, wait a minute, this is bothering me, this hurts, right? My right ankle is having a little problem today. My left leg was strong, but my knee is bothering me now. Knowing this, don't keep pushing, right? There will be another time to push. There are separate exercises. I'm going to give one in just a minute. There are separate exercises that we can do to help build the strength so that through the movement, we actively continue to develop that strength instead of making ourselves too tired, making the muscles more tired than they need to be. Okay? Dragon and tiger join together. As we shift, bend, open the hip, bend, come up a little bit, bring the leg up, and put it down. Coordinate the movement, and as I mentioned, working backwards, or as we go from 15, we did 15, Coiling Snake, white snake sticks out its tongue. 16, leopard climbs a tree. 17, paying homage to the peaks. 18. 17, 18 both require single leg strength. Dragon and tiger join together. We don't have as much of a requirement for single leg strength other than to maintain balance. So we're not trying to go all the way up and down on one leg. Pay attention to your balance. Dragon and tiger join together. Feet about shoulder width apart, stand straight. Pull up through the crown of the head and breathe in. And breathe out. Shift left. Extend the right. Heel. Pull it in. Shift. And no, we're not stopping in between. Stay centered. Relax the back. Open the hips. Keep the knee bent just a little bit, even when you're straightening the leg. Sink. Heel. Bring the toes in. 2 more. Keep the body quiet. Last time. Center. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hands down on both sides. Pull up through the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower. Stay there. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Breathe in. And breathe out. All right. That wraps up for today. I will be back next week. Yang Style Tai Chi on Monday. We have finished parts 1 and part 2. We're doing reviews up through the end of the year, and then I'm going to look at how and what changes might happen so that there's a little bit more continuity for each of the sets. Wudang Tai Chi on Tuesday. And we have finished part 2 of that as well. We're reviewing. For Wudang Style Tai Chi, part of the review is going to be more analysis than focus on repetition. There will be additional video that I will create for Wudang Style Tai Chi, as well as for Yang Style and everything else, that will give the continuity so that if you've got enough space, you don't ever have to back up and change position, you just keep going. So I need to show how that works as well. Wudang Style Tai Chi sword. Just about finished with that too. We'll be doing some review up through the beginning of next year. I'm going to continue working on that probably for the first couple of weeks into 2022. Yeah, it's coming up. Qigong sets continue through the end of the year, same as with everything else. And as I make the other changes, I will also be looking at making some changes for the Qigong classes. Not entirely sure yet exactly how that's going to change, exactly what's going to change, but there will be changes coming up January. Also wanting to include more Xingyi, Bagua, Luohuajian, Dragon Sword, which is not a Tai Chi sword. It's not. It's Dragon Sword. As well as Tai and a couple other things. I hope you'll join me. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it.